Testing 1, 2, 3. Are we live on air? Testing. Hello. Level up. And are we live? Now are we live? Da da da. Hello.
I'll take the headset off for a break.
Welcome on the Hyannis and Harbor Hawks Digital Network. Test. Test. Test.
Hello, test.
Test. Alright, we're good.
Yeah.
If you hit you, I hit yours. Switch your chair. So sturdy. No, switch your chair because I don't want this to touch.
Oh, you mother.
What? I'm wearing white pants. It's gonna be a good day.
I mean, we can just wait.
Without having to do with his Do you need this? Can I throw it out? Your friend doesn't need it? I don't know, you said you got it from a friend. Okay, thank you. You're an idiot. I say can I throw it away until you remember your name. Who's dropped the ball? Oh, I know who dropped the ball.
Madonna, I think he's a best player. I go first or second today. I was thinking of that, yeah. I'm going second the past 2 times. Their leadoff hitter's name is Steele Walker.
They look like the Miami Dolphins. They look like
Oh, 8-8 game? We shouldn't leave them. We shouldn't ask. They hit a fucking home run, but our outfielders stole it, and they looked like a young government. They called it a home run. Gasper came out and argued with the team to the government and held to the last 2 hours. I was pissed. They called that home run.
And we also made a bet that I made a bet that we were going to win.
Goes down
And you
bad.
made a bet that we were
I
going to
said
win.
we'll lose this every game. We were winning 7-2 at this time. And they tied it 8 and it was a fucking tie.
It's okay. I didn't lose.
My neighbors turned on it. They both put their arms out. It was over the fence. So terrible. They were so pissed off. Oh, the whole team was like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, yeah.
What are you gonna walk up with them?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a way that.
Oh, yeah, it would have been a walk-off.
Hey, Chris.
It was a great call.
What do we do when we when the video freezes up? The post today? I don't know.
Oh, when, like, it's not moving?
Yeah, what do I do?
That's a John question. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know.
I'm gonna unplug it and plug it back in.
Okay.
Or
Well, it's not on.
He was so excited.
We're back. I got it to work.
Oh, cool.
What'd you do yesterday?
What's up?
There you go. Nice. I went to Chatham with my parents. Yeah, my dad's old college roommate has a house out there. So we were chilling out there for a while. We came back. I went to the Whitecaps Tavern too. It's dope. If you haven't been, you should go. Really awesome food.
Okay.
Yeah, man, real good.
Oh, I thought maybe you changed up the red side. I love Vaughn. First appearance of the season.
My God. I don't know these things. That's why. Yeah. I know.
Brewster's away and this is home. The away team goes to the top. See that gas Hyannis?
Next Sunday.
Because this game was erased here away. I was the two.
It was no, it wasn't. Because you wrote up here where you were
All right, good.
and then on the other side and erase it. It says,
All right. We'll meet you down there like at 5:45.
Oh, okay.
you should have done it. Just don't
That
get
thing's a
me.
laser.
You can do it. I really don't care. I'll laugh. I'm
He
easy.
will laugh.
You wouldn't know.
I
I'm
spray
easy
him
to
with
play
this
with, you
all
know,
the
I have-
time.
Please no water around our equipment.
She just did it. She just got it.
Got it. Awesome.
Hello and welcome to the Hyannis.
You know it's live.
Muted. I saw it before I did it.
I love how you change your voice. Hello. Hello. Third. You can't forget this day. There you go. Okay. She would get a kick out of that.
You should say that.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up for sure. She's only 59 years old.
I'm not even here.
I'll do that.
Do you have a tape ready? Because we're not
I'll
talking.
say 50. I'll say 53. What? The music? Right, it's cool. You can hear your own voice, right? Look on the computer. See those bars going up and down?
No.
Well, get up and look.
Okay, baby, what about it?
Talk right now.
Hello, this is Melissa calling.
You're not talking. It doesn't work.
field. He needs to be surprised.
Why?
Because I'm just trying to mess with him.
I like it.
I pick weird ways
Wait
to
a
mess
minute.
with people.
No, this is game 35.
Okay.
I forgot we tied.
I thought it was weird.
Wow. We have, after today, we have 9 games left.
Yeah.
We talked about this already. No, but anyway, there was a time. When
I
was
probably
coming up
forgot
here,
to turn my thing off.
I heard you say things twice. You were like,
Remember, fans, thanks to our friends at DJ's Famous Wings, you can keep that foul ball tonight.
So it'll be a 2-2 pitch. Hampton 1 for 1. Looking for hit number 2 on the day. Here comes the pitch from Abadano, breaking ball low and in, full count. Abadano working slowly today. Well, after today, 9 games left for Hyannis. Like I said, they need to win 5 more than Wareham right now, so they can't be losing games as Hampton hits this one out to left field and deep. Back is Hill. He is under it and makes the play at the warning track for the second out of the inning. That looked good off the bat, but it hung around and Hill made the play.
The second base for Mississippi
Hunter
State.
Stovall.
2, Hunter Stovall.
Stovall 1 for 1 as well on the day with a single back in the first inning. And for Hyannis, they're looking to expand on that 1-0 lead. And here's the pitch. High ball 1. And it's 1-0. And now going out to speak with Abadano is the catcher Gasper. Infante, the first baseman, comes over as well. That was a short
And for those of you watching, we thank you for sticking with us. I was just informed we had some audio problems, so we're back up and running as of now. Just had to get that straightened out. Our apologies once again.
Now, here comes the pitching coach to talk to Abadano. Maybe he's having some kind of issue with his body. Maybe he's hurting because he's out there talking right now, and they're looking to make a change, and the bullpen's starting to take their sweatshirts off, and it looks like they're going to have to go to the bullpen perhaps.
Austin Straub is still out there. He has a lineup card in his hand. He's putting it in his back pocket, not right now. And it'll be a while until somebody for the Whitecaps is able to get loose.
That's it. Abadano leaves the game unapparent.
All sessions take place here at the Park, and they start with
How else
tomorrow's
would you
week.
leave a game and there'll be a new pitcher and he will have as much time as he needs to get warmed up. He can take many throws as he wants because he'll be coming in as an emergency replacement. We'll take a break on the Harbor Hawks Digital Network and get back with the relief pitcher right after a short break.
of course. Of course.
Of course, because you want to get out of here
Of course.
too.
Of course they want to. They couldn't have waited until the next out to do that. They couldn't have waited until the next out to do that.
If he wants to throw 100
Ladies and
bases, he
gentlemen,
can.
boys and girls, don't forget to stop by the Hawks Nest Kitchen where you
They
get
couldn't
those
have waited till
ballpark
the next
favorites like
hour.
the best hot dog in the Cape League,
Hey,
Italian
Chris.
sausages, B&B, pizza,
Or
clam
Melissa,
chowder,
you
and
might
chili.
be better suited
You
to
can
do this
also
just
get
because Chris is going to be
popcorn,
working.
peanuts,
Could you maybe,
potato
when we
chips,
come back
Coca-Cola,
live, just
water,
turn our
soda,
broadcast
ice
on
cream,
your
and
phone
candy.
just to make sure our
The
voices are
season
going
Harbor
through,
Hawk Kitchen
just so we can
is
be
brought
triple
to you
sure that
by
we're
the
okay.
Original Gourmet Brunch, located just a short walk to 517 Main Street in Hyannis.
Thanks.
The Original Gourmet Brunch is a locally owned and family operated
Oh, he's not even
restaurant serving
throwing
the
off
local
the
community
mound
and
yet.
visitors alike for
Off
more
the
than 35
rubber.
years by the Cotton
Yeah, he
West
literally
family.
started,
So stop
like,
by and
stretching
say
his arm
hi
out
for
out there.
breakfast or lunch on their outside
This
patio.
might be a while.
You can enjoy Main Street's best
Yeah.
Bloody
Might be
Mary
5
and
minutes.
mimosa. This new pitcher gets all the time he needs to warm
Could be
up, so
10
what better
minutes.
time than now?
Oh, it's
to
Steve
get a
again,
little
dude.
food and drink.
Now pitching for Brewster from Indiana, number 34, Jonathan Stevens.
Fever.
I thought you
Pause is
laughed.
so funny.
Because I didn't see him on anything. I was like, oh, it's his body. That's it.
Cedar bug, you mean?
Music in the ballpark is made possible thanks to MBY Radio. For 4 decades, WMBY has brought classic sounds and new artists to the Cayman Islands airwaves. Listen locally on 88.7 FM or stream WMBY anywhere in the world on your computer or mobile device at MBYradio.com.
Listen, we have all the reviews.
Hey Chris,
sir.
so what happened to Reese and Hunter? I was like trying to fix our stream when that was going on.
Oh, in the beginning?
Yeah,
They
Reese.
both single.
No, not that. I'm talking about just after Dom's at bat. What happened in this past inning?
Stovall's up now, and
Okay.
Reese flew out to left.
How would you
Thank
like
you.
to own a United States flag that is flown over the Capitol building in Washington,
speed
D.C.
it
on a
up,
very special
Stiver.
day? And that special day is one selected by you. That's right, if you want to commemorate a birthday, anniversary, or any special occasion, what better gift than an American flag flown over the nation's capital on that very special date? This authenticated American flag has been donated by Congressman Bill Keating. You have the opportunity to own this flag by bidding in our online auction. For more information and to place your bid, look at our Facebook page or inquire at the merchandise bar.
What? Stovall?
Also, fans, our players and interns will be walking among you with chances in tonight's 50-50 raffle. Tickets are 1 for $1,
Making good
3
time.
for $2, 20 for $5. The new and improved Osprey wingspan of 60 tickets for just $10. Half the overall money raised will go to you, tonight's grand prize winner. The other half will go to defray player travel costs home at the end of the summer. Those tickets are available both in the crowd at your seat from our players and interns,
Here we
and also
go!
at the 50-50 table at the top of the hill.
Oh, okay. I thought you screamed, "Here we go!" as in like, let's get back on air.
Oh no. I'm telling him to get going.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, that's gonna like it. Ready, Chris?
Yeah.
So after the long wait, it's a lot of suspense. Here's the new pitcher. It's Jonathan Stiver back again. We heard his name last game because he pitched last game against the Harbor Hawks. Comes in with a 2-1 record and 5.12 ERA in 19 third innings. And that ends the day for Ryan Abadano. We can get a final lineup. He's on base. Here's Hunter Stovall. It pops this one foul. Out of play, first base side. 0-1. It says 1. Was there a pitch already on Stovall?
I don't believe so.
I just heard two conflicting answers, so I'm going to go with no. And I'll just say there's an 0-2 count.
Remember, fans, thanks to our friends at DJ's Famous Wings, you can keep those foul balls tonight.
So Avadano looked good in his brief time with us today at the final line.
Pitch in the dirt, go ahead.
2 2/3 innings, cut short, of course, because of a mysterious circumstance there, but 2 hits, only 1 earned run, and also 1 walk to go along with that.
2-2 is called strike 3. And Stovall down looking to end the third. We're making decent time, 56 minutes, less than that for the first 3 innings. And we head to the 4th. 1-0 Hyannis over Brewster on the Harbor Hawks digital network. We started after 6, so I was not bad. Name the song. This was my favorite song.
It's a good song, but I don't know that I gotta listen to it.
The
season's cold outside and she brings a raincoat.
I would love to do like don't forget the lyrics.
Yeah.
You have to like
Finish the lyrics,
like,
yeah.
I'd be best at that. I'd be best at that.
We would be, yeah, I could do that.
Okay, well let's get you guys started.
We could do
There's
this.
so many songs that I know that I don't have the name to though. So if it was like don't forget the lyrics, I'd be fine.
See, I'd be fine on that, but I would really love like who sings that anyway.
I like that. I do like that. My worst one is Saving the Song. That's tough.
Oh, okay. This is 3 a.m. by Matchbox.
Yeah, never wasn't that.
There should be a game show. Like
Yeah.
This song reminds my mom of me because I like fun so much. Back on the Harbor Hawks digital network, Chris Walker and Chris Lucy headed to the 4th.
Leading off the 4th inning for
So,
Brewster. The
Tyler
catcher from
Vaughn
Brian
back out
University,
there.
number 9,
This
Mickey
looked
Gasper.
pretty good. Giving up 3 hits, no runs, and Mickey Gasper, Chandler Taylor, and Nick Dunn lead it off for Brewster.
Hey, first impressions aren't everything, Chris, but it's all we've seen of Vaughn so far, and it's enough to be impressed with.
Pitch is outside 1-0. This game, or the game 2 days ago, started off a little bit like this. Harbor Hawks had a 7-2 lead at one point. The game ended up in an 8-8 tie. That was a long game, and they did not play extras because there's no lights in Brewster. We could play until 3 a.m. here, like the song by Matchbox 20 that we just done. We have lights here. Here's the pitch. Line, nice catch by Olenek. It was lined right at him, and he picked it. He didn't pick it. He made a nice catch.
Kind of like the pick at first, as he just gets it right above ground. You know, he can make the stretches, and Olenek very versatile. I mean, he plays shortstop at
The
Ole
next
Miss,
batter, the right
first
fielder
base
from
here for the
Alabama,
Harbor
number
Hawks. And
46,
just like he
Chandler
says,
Taylor.
it's customary for a shortstop to be able to play every position in the infield, and the way Olenek has been manning first, he probably can, and I'd be confident in him at either second or third either, too, because he's just really been impressive.
Chandler Taylor takes a ball. Not sure where, but it's a ball. 1-0. Chandler Taylor's 1 for 1. In the single. Pops this one up. And it's out of play down the third baseline. 1-1.
Well, Taylor's batting eye, not much to be trusted. He's a strikeout away from the team lead.
1-1 count. Pitch low. And now it's 2-1.
I mean, 30 strikeouts compared to only 18 hits.
2-1 swing and a miss. And it's 2-2, good pitch. Looked like the change up from Vaughn.
The thing with Taylor that's impressive is he's still been able to flash that home run power out here on the Cape with those 7 dingers he comes into today with.
2-2 is hit out into left center field. Over is Hampton. And standing right there making the play is Robinson. Hampton ran a long way for that in case it got behind Robinson. And he does not have a dinger, as Chris Lucy said. If you're unfamiliar with the term dinger, that's a home run.
The next batter for the Whitecaps.
You
The
never
second
know.
base from Maryland,
You
number
never know.
39, Nick Dunn.
That's true. Keeping me on my toes, Chris.
Nick Dunn steps in 0 for 1 today. That rhymed. Nick Dunn 0 for 1.
Aha.
Inside 0 for 1.
It needed a chuckle. It needed just a chuckle.
1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Hit towards the hole and through for a base hit. Another 2-out single, this time by Nick Dunn. And there's a 2-out base runner for Brewster.
The next batter, the designated hitter from Maryland, number 42, Marty Costas.
Brings up Marty Costas, who's 0 for 1 today. And that's the second inning, well, actually the third inning in a row Vaughn's given up a 2-out hit. The first time was in the second, and the hit didn't matter because there was a throw-out at home plate. Last inning, there was a 2-out hit by Darius Hill, and then this inning, a 2-out hit by Dunn. Called first strike, dealt to Costas.
I know.
Throw over to first. That was a high throw as well. And we saw that last inning where the ball got by Olenek. You've got to be careful. You don't want runners advancing that way. By the way, 8 runs given up by the Harbor Hawks on this game. I'll get to it in a second. The other one is low for ball 1-1. The 8 runs given up by the Harbor Hawks, that means in 6 straight games they've given up 8 or more runs. On their way tonight to not give up. We were that way the other day. We gave up 10 to YD. They didn't give up any through 6. That pitch misses outside 2-1 Costas. That's just how it's going. 2-1 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is outside. Here comes the throw. It is in time. Hey, hit. Dunn going to second. What a throw from DiCaprio. And that ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit. And, well, there's no one left on because Dunn was caught stealing. And at the end of 3.5, it's 1-0 Hyannis on the Harbor Hawks digital network.
Let's keep it going.
Stever. Crazy steel Stevers.
I know, right?
It's like everything.
Wareham's lose. Yeah, Wareham's losing. Detroit's losing. All the teams you need to lose are losing.
Sick. What's up?
Do you pause the music?
I don't pause. I pause it sometimes because like I pause it over breaks
I
so it
think you
loads.
should pause it.
Why?
Because it might be the music part. Listen, you hear a little thing and you can still hear you guys
Leading
talking.
off the
but,
4th inning
like,
for the
there's,
Harbor
like,
Hawks. The
that-
third baseman from the University of Minnesota, number 12, Micah Coffey.
Back on the Harbor Hawks digital network, Chris Walker and Chris Lucy with you. We head to the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Micah Coffey is fouled off down the left field line on a play. 0-1. So Stiver back out for another inning. I got scores from around the league. Katuick's losing 5-0 to Chatham. That's good for us. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off again. YD's in front 5-2 over Wareham in the 6th inning. Bourne and Falmouth are scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd. That's a big game. And obviously this game is 1-0 Hyannis at the bottom of the 4th. Here comes the 0-2 to Coffey, and that misses low, 1-2. Coffey grounded into a fielder's choice in the 1st. 1-2 pitch on the way. High, inside. It's 2-2.
Got a couple of Illinois guys going out here.
2-2 pitch. High again, and it's a full count.
I mean, between Coffey, who's from Illinois, and then Hyannis Harbor Hawks pitcher, who's also.
This one looped into the infield. Raffanino has it, and there is the first out. That was a very shallow pop-up right off the handle of the bat.
Now batting for Hyannis. The designated hitter from Florida Atlantic, number 14, Tyler Frank.
Fielder's choice. first inning. He had a great game last time out against Brewster, Chris. He's hoping to continue that.
Exactly, yeah. And it's just a matter of getting some contact early on and a little bit of confidence in your swing, which Tyler Frank exhibited with gusto down in Brewster.
Pitch nearly hits Frank. Styler's been a little bit erratic. Pitch. This one hit out towards the shortstop. Graffinino looked like it might get over his head, but it fell right to him, and now there are two away. Just wanted to make a note before that pitch. The ERA of Brewster is pretty
Right fielder
good.
from Iowa, number 30, Robert Brewster.
3.81 with their ERA. To Harbor Hawks 5.82. So 2 runs better on average a game. But Brewster's still struggling. Here's Robert Newstrom for the second time he's from home. Here's the first pitch. Hit out into center field. Getting over there is Bishop, and he slides and makes a nice play to end the 4th inning. That was a 1-2-3 4th inning, and it's still 1-0 Hyannis as we head to the top of the 5th on the Harbor Hawks digital network.
I'm okay with these innings at this moment.
So, Melissa, what was it you were saying? You're saying we're just really low?
They can probably still hear us right now.
You could probably still hear it, but it's just you hear the
I
dead
don't know why.
zone. Like you hear it, like you hear
Like
static.
you hear the background noise.
Okay, so everything's muted.
Yeah.
And like we only have our crowd mic going down there.
That mixer, Chris, has nothing to do with what people hear. This is an amp for our headphones. This has nothing to do with the mic.
Okay. It's confusing. You've never had this trouble.
Because when you turn this down or up, people can still hear you. It's just you.
Yeah. Our levels on here also look pretty low. They're just kind of middling around here.
We're going to the top of the 5th on the Harbor Hawks digital network. Coach Brewster and Chris Lucy with you here. The pitcher still is Tyler Vaughn. 2 pitchers getting loose in the bullpen for Hyannis, a righty and a lefty.
Leading off for Brewster, the designated hitter from Maryland, number 42, Marty Costas.
Hunter Bishop and Julian Fonte will also hit this in for the Whitecaps. Here comes the first pitch from Vaughn. It's in the dirt, 1-0. Team's moving along nicely, just about halfway through, only just over an hour in.
Barely even put on the lights yet.
Yeah, they're on, but they're not being needed at this point. The sun's still going to be out for about an hour. The pitch is outside, 2-0.
Vaughn has looked outstanding over the corners, and for the most part, he's been getting it today from Sam Finn.
2-0 is hit out into center field. It's a base hit. A leadoff single for Costas. And that's a good sign for Brewster. Hunter Bishop.
Well, every single for Brewster right now really is a sign of life, just based on the fact that Hyannis only leads by a run. Harbor Hawks only been able to scrape around 5 hits through 5, and with only 2 hits through 5, and that's been enough to get those runs across, and only 5 for Brewster through 5. It's just one of those nights. Every hit really means a lot.
So, Hunter Bishop, 1 for 1. They throw over to check on Costas. And again, Bishop 1 for 1. Reached in the second, but the inning was ended on a 9-2 catch from Newstrom to DeCabrio. This one's popped up to center field. Hampton's got it, 1 out. That's a big out for Vaughn. I'm sure he's nearing the end of the line for himself today. with the 2 in the bullpen.
The next batter
Look
for
at
Brewster.
Andy
The first
Johnson.
baseman for Vanderbilt, number
He's
47,
got that
Julian
quilt
Infante.
That's up for auction by the Harbor Hawks. It must be pretty warm. I know my girlfriend wants that quilt.
Oh, he's modeling it a little bit. He's got the wingspan to model it. He's a pretty tall drink of water, so he can get his arms out there and really just stretch out that quilt for everybody to see. That quilt can be won at the raffle.
It's not the Technicolor dream coat now.
Oh my gosh, totally.
1 and 0. Or no, it's 0 and 1. Let me see. Infante swung at that pitch.
His Dallas Baptist teammate right behind him.
Pitch just misses. It's 1 and 1.
By that I mean with MD Johnson being followed closely by Jordan Martinson, both Dallas Baptist Patriots. Certainly is, and Martinson was outstanding in his previous start. Yes, I did. And
Go on SoundCloud to hear. Oh, I know that's what you were going to say, wasn't it?
you beat me to it. Please go. You win.
Follow us on SoundCloud. We have highlights, play of the game. You can listen to it all right there. You don't have to watch the whole game or listen to the whole game. I want you to listen and watch the whole game because that's the fun of it. But go after and catch the highlights after you've already heard it so you can remember what went right or what went wrong. But it's still fun. And then follow us on YouTube as well, the Harbor Hawks YouTube page. We need subscribers. We've got a lot this season.
It's true. You guys have been very loyal to us back at home.
In case you aren't watching the screen right now, it's 1 and 2. I missed a strike, and that one's fouled off towards the Brewster dugout. But the cool thing about the home games is that most people get to see it. Well, you could just be listening, like if you're driving. Don't watch us if you're driving.
Definitely plug us in. We fit in your audio jack.
Yeah, you can listen, just don't
Pass us the aux
watch.
cord. Come on. If you like jazz music, we play it during breaks.
I know the Stovall's want country.
Royalty-free country is not worth it.
Listen, I want country too, Stovall's. If we could play it, I would play it. 1-2 count on Infante. Time called. The counter goes out and top. So this inning is ground to a halt. It was smooth sailing for Vaughn, but he's in just a bit of trouble as they probably try to get the bullpen ready. You don't usually see 2 Harbor Hawks warming up at the same time.
Everybody's well rested at this point, considering the fact that they had the off day yesterday.
Have one tomorrow as well. It's scout day. This one fouled off behind home plate and still 1-2. We have the day off.
Yep, we got the day off just to do as we please. I'll be headed to Fenway though, because that's a cool opportunity. Looking forward to that.
A lot of players, a lot of scouts going to be there.
One of the better opportunities that these guys have to get their names out there and get prepared for the MLB draft.
Pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. And there are 2 outs as Infante goes down.
The next batter for Brewster.
Good
The
looks
third
for Vaughn
baseman,
too,
Western
catching the
Division,
last
number
wind
4,
of
Connor
the
Smith.
big influx of scouts that you see around the Cape before and just a little bit after the Cape League All-Star game. He's really looked impressive today, and I'm no scout, but it's plain to see.
Connor Smith up now. He's 0 for 1. 2 outs, first pitch is a called strike 1. It's 0-1. One count. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike 0-2. So trying to work through the 5th is Vaughn. He's looked very good. He's allowed a base runner in every inning except the first, but he's gotten out of every little jam he's been in. Very impressive outing to this point. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. This should do it. Going to be a tough play. Stovall calls everyone off. It's in foul territory. On the run, he makes the play for the final out of the 5th. Well, if Vaughn is finished, he certainly gave this team a huge chance to win. He's in line for a win. 5 innings, no runs, doesn't get much better than that. Hit at the bottom of the 5th, Chris Lucy takes over on play-by-play when we return on the Harbor Hawks Digital Network.
What's up?
Your
My
mic?
mic is all messed up because there's no wind.
There's no what?
Windscreen.
Grammy texted me. She's like, I can't hear you.
Ladies and gentlemen, with 5 scoreless innings in his Cape League debut, Tyler Vaughn.
Glad I found that out now that I'm gone.
Oh, well.
Jeez.
Oh.
We'll boost your audio on the highlights.
Yeah, it's fine. It's no big. I don't even care. What's that? What? Yeah. I don't even. Who gets it? What? Oh, I wasn't conceding.
Who just died? Steiner still, okay.
Oh, boo!
Joey,
We wanted the whole song.
That's funny though.
ready to go? Welcome back on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network. I'm Chris Lucy.
Reading off the
my
15 for the
broadcast
Harbor
partner,
Hawks.
Ryan
The first
Olenek,
baseman
Daniel
from
Robinson,
University
and
of
Ford
Mississippi.
Proctor
Number
do up here in the
15,
bottom
Ryan
of the 5th for
Olenek.
Hyannis. On top 1-0 in an interdivisional matchup here at McKeon Park. Ryan Olenek in the right-handed batter's box now against the right-hander Jonathan Stever, who sets and deals. Ball 1 over the outer half, but just a little high. Fastball misses, and Ryan Olenek, who already has walked today, is ahead 1-0. The pitch, swing and a miss. Nice fastball. Count 1-1.
He was off balance there. Maybe he wasn't looking for the fastball. He was way late.
And now the 1-1. Way outside. 2-1 count on another fastball that just misses the zone.
So now just a righty will be
The 2-1. Slipped foul behind home. Count now 2-2. So, I mean, there's Hill, Graffinino, and Gasper due up in the next inning. Gasper, I know, is a switch hitter. Hill is a left-handed hitter. The 2-2. Smacked foul. So, righty warming up, you're right. Not sure who, but there's a switch hitter and a lefty due up in the next inning. Sandwich in between them. But first, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ryan Olenek goes down swinging to start the bottom of the 5th inning. He drops to 0-1 on the day, brings up Daniel Robinson, who also is 0-1 and was thrown out on one of the more egregious base running errors we've seen of the season early on in this game, as he was gunned out from left field trying to swipe an extra base on a fly ball. Stands in the lefty batter's box. Righty kicks and fires. The pitch that's nipped on the ground over down to first base. The first baseman, Infante, throws over to a covering Stever, and the pitcher records the out, and now there's 2 away here in the bottom of
The
the 6th.
shortstop from Rice University, number 4,
Well, that's a
Proctor.
good start to the inning for Brewster, and they've had, get ready for this, 3 1-2-3 innings in a row, 2/3 of the way there. Now,
Impressive stuff. And it's been an offensively slow game as Hyannis is only on top 1-0. And now Ford Proctor steps into the left-handed batter's box. The righty kicks and deals. Strike over the outside corner. Little change up. And Stever's ahead 0-1. And now Ford Proctor steps out of the batter's box to have a word with third base coach and field manager Chad Gasper.
now the umpires call that pitch a strike if it's on the white chalk of the righty batter's box for Ford. Gets called a lot, more times than not.
The umpires have been kind to the pitchers today, as we've seen Tyler Vaughn really paint the corners well and get the bulk of the calls on the corners, and it's really helped him in his CCBL debut. Helped Hyannis to a 1-0 lead. The 0-1. in on the hands and fisted out into the left center field gap where the shortstop Graffinino ranges over and stabs it backhand midair to record the final out of the 5th inning. So it was a 1-2-3 affair in the bottom of the 5th, and we head to the top of the 6th with the top of the order for the Whitecaps. Hill, Graffinino, and Gasper drew up. Hyannis on top 1-0, but stick around. It's getting good here from McKeon Park. And now, on to the commercial break.
It's not a commercial.
It's just what came to my head. I don't like it.
Oh, Cecilia by Simon Garfunkel.
Now pitching for the Harbor Hawks from Wright State, number 20, Ryan Weiss.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Chris, can you get the final line on Vaughn, and I'll introduce Weiss?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
Say, Chris, would you mind?
Go ahead.
No,
go,
but
no, go
just
ahead. I'll
your-
put it on a minute. I gotta get the line.
It just makes a noise, but okay.
Just do it.
We're back on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks digital network. Chris Walker is my broadcast partner. I'm Chris Lucy, and Ryan Weiss comes out on the mound in relief of Tyler Vaughn. My broadcast partner will get us the final line in just a minute. And Ryan Weiss is coming in on somewhat short rest as he threw an inning yesterday in the All-Star game. One scoreless inning. Didn't strike anybody out, gave up a hit and a walk, but that was all he gave to the East in a game that they ended up winning 5-3. Weiss one of 5 All-Stars for the Harbor Hawks and well deserving of the honor. He's 1-0 on the season, a 3 ERA in 11 games, 3 starts, and he has struck out 22, only walking 3, Chris. And it'll be a tough act for him to follow regardless, as Tyler Vaughn was very impressive in his debut for the Harbor Hawks.
Yes, he was. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts, no walks. He was excellent all day.
Leading off the 6th inning for Brewster.
Maintaining a
the left fielder
1-0
from West
lead for
Virginia,
Hyannis
number
as now
31,
we head into the
Darius
top
Hill.
of the 6th inning. Darius Hill, AJ Graffinino, and Mickey Gasper drew up the top of the order, and Weiss getting ready to take on Hill. Steps up to the left-handed batter's box. The righty to the set. He kicks and deals. Strike over that outside corner. Home plate umpire Sam Finn has loved the outside corner today, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 again. Off the end of the bat and dribbled over to shortstop. Ford Proctor ranges in, fires across the diamond, and makes the play for out number 1 in the top of the 6th.
He moving right
That's
along
been
now.
shortstop on the University of Washington, number 6,
You know what,
AJ
I thought he
Graffinino.
did,
Yep.
but that's what happens. That's what happens in baseball. But it hadn't been a fast game in the beginning. So maybe good play anyway. He's been so good today.
It seriously has been, and not to say this game won't keep up with a guy like Weiss on the mound. I mean, a 95-mile-per-hour fastball, a great off-speed pitch, and now Graffinino in the left-handed batter's box. Takes ball 1 low and outside. Fastball just misses the zone, and the son of the former major leaguer Tony Graffinino is ahead in the count 1-0. Here's the pitch. Balled strike over the outside corner. Draw some confusion from the fans, but
It looked like the same pitch. It looked like the same location.
exactly. But regardless, it's a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Snip foul just behind home. Now it counts 1-2 on the son of the major leaguer who actually made the first error in Yankee Stadium history. His father, Tony, was playing for the Cleveland Indians in his final season and made the first error in the new Yankee Stadium. The 1-2. Bouncer in the dirt. 2-2 count on Graffinino. Plays his college baseball at Washington. Hale was the guy in front of him. He plays at Oklahoma. Grounded out to bring us to 1 out here in the 6th. The 2-2 count on Graffinino. Here's the pitch. Ball high and away. Full count on Graffinino.
It's amazing, you know, that pitch looked closer to the strike zone than the other one that was called a strike.
And the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ryan Weiss with the heater over the outside corner. Turns Graffinino around on the swing, and there's 2 away in the top of the 6th. And now here's Mickey Gasper, the senior from Bryant, who's an all-star himself.
Not having a great day, but I'll tell you what, he's such a good ball player. He was so deserving of the All-Star team. We were talking in Brewster the other day, Chris, when he was calling plays, he was directing traffic. That's what gets you into the All-Star game. He's such a complete catcher.
Righty deals. Strike 1 to the switch hitter out of Bryant. A 1 count. And Chris, you're right. He really is somebody who has firm control over the Whitecaps, both defensively and at the plate, too. The 0-1. Just a bit outside and high. 1-1 count. Weiss adjusting his collar. Harbor Hawks infield at double play depth, just trying to make the play to first, most likely. 1-1. Chopper on the ground, foul down the first base line. Whizzes past first base coach Will Delgado. Hyannis still on top, 1-0 here at McKeon Park. Trying to break an 8-game winless streak are the hometown Harbor Hawks. Weiss sets up the 1-2 and deals. Just a bit outside. Count 2-2 on the fastball, which Weiss has been using to pretty good effect today. Haven't seen too much breaking stuff from him, which is a changeup from how he usually goes. The 2-2. In on the hands is a broken bat and grounded right to short. Ford Proctor fires across the diamond and makes the play on Gasper for out number 3. The shortstop retiring 2 of the 3 outs here in the top of the 6th. One of them was a strikeout from Ryan Weiss, who was pretty effective in his lone inning of work today. We'll see if he gets the 7th, but first, Hyannis will come up for the bottom of the 6th with catcher Dom DiCaprio, Reese Hampton, and then Hunter Stovall. The 9, 1, and 2 spots in the order. When we return, Hyannis on top, 1-0 on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks digital network.
Joe, how fast is he throwing? Thank you. 91, 93.
Nice. Joe, what about Stever? Yeah. Alright, just wondering.
He probably looks like Hyannis.
Something like that.
I wrote the game story.
I have it on a screenshot. Do you want it?
What? No, not that one, a different one. It was the last one, and he can't get it. Like I keep trying to send it to him, I can't get it. It's a good deal.
So you sent me the first one, but not the last one?
Cause
I got you, Joe. I got you.
We're back in 3-2. Welcome back on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks digital network. I'm Chris Lucy, he's Chris Walker. Jonathan Seaver still out here in this game, pitching for the Whitecaps, who trail 1-0 at McKeon Park. Dom DiCaprio, Reese Hampton, and Hunter Stovall due up for the Harbor Hawks, unless Coach Gassman gets any ideas about a pinch hitter.
Leading off the 6th inning for the Harbor Hawks.
Straight right now, Dom DiCaprio 0 for 1 on the day, stepping into the right-handed batter's box against the right-hander, and we're set up. Interdivisional matchup at McKeon Park. Here's the pitch. In on the hands and nubbed, foul down the first base line. The righty from Indiana ahead in the count on the righty from Rice. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. In on the hands. Did that get the nub of the bat?
Hit him in the helmet.
Hit him in the dill of the helmet. My goodness, Don DiCaprio takes first base for free and thankfully is okay. The hit by pitch starts off the bottom of the 6th inning and brings up Reese Hampton with a runner on first base.
The center field from Charlotte, number 13, Reese Hampton.
I'll give you more scores. Chatham 5-2 over Katuitt. That's good for the Harbor Hawks. YD 8-3 over Wareham. That's good for the Harbor Hawks. Falmouth 5-1 over Bourne. That's not good for the Harbor Hawks. But we're winning 1-0, so that's good.
And the first pitch to the switch hitting Hampton is bunted right in front of the mound. It's a beauty, but it gets right to the pitcher Stever, who throws on to second. Did he get the out? Yes, he did. And Don DiCaprio is forced out at second. Reese Hampton safe at first, however. So the bunt does not work here in the bottom of the 6th. There's one away, and same situation we had. Just a man on first with Hunter Stovall coming to the plate.
The next batter
1
the
for
Harbor
2 on the
Hawks.
day.
The second baseman from
So
Mississippi
again, with
State,
Wareham down
number
by
2,
5
Hunter
and the Harbor Hawks
Stovall.
up, if Harbor Hawks win and Wareham loses, Hyannis will only be 6 points out.
Playoff picture coming into form here. The pitch to Stovall. Hit high in the air out towards the right center field gap. Bishop, the center fielder, ranges over, makes the catch in the gap. And now there's 2 away in the bottom of the 6th.
Just a simple F8.
The next batter
Always a
for
good
the Harbor
pizza
Hawks, the
game.
third baseman from the University of Minnesota,
Been seeing him
number
so much
12,
better
Micah
lately.
Coffey.
And he's got a hit today already, so he's having a nice outing.
Sure hasn't. We'll have a very memorable day tomorrow as he's been a Red Sox fan his whole life and he'll be playing in Scout Day at Fenway Park. Same ballpark as his favorite ball player, Dustin Pedroia, is now the left-handed all-star. Micah Coffey steps up to the bat and deals. Avadano deals, and it's a strike right over the heart of the plate. Reese Hampton is on first. He got on there on the fielder's choice. Don DiCaprio was hit by a pitch to lead off this inning, but forced out at second on the mishandled bunt attempt by Hampton. And now the 0-1 on Coffey. The pitch. Smacked foul behind home 0-2 count on the All-Star, who went 1 for 2 last night in the big game.
It's good to do it in front of all those scouts.
Certainly is, especially going into your senior year, as Coffey is going into his senior year at Minnesota. The junior at Charlotte on first base. The pitch, just a bit outside. Count 1-2 now on Coffey. Infield at double play depth. There's 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Hyannis on top, 1-0. So again, the play is to the easiest base. Outfielders shaded back in advance of Coffey to 1-2. Runner goes. And Coffey nubs it off the end of his bat high in the air to foul territory down the third base line. That one makes the stands. Watch out, everybody. He's okay. Young fan out there making the catch.
Looked like
Current
an older
fans, you
fan.
can thank our friends at
Was
DJ's
it?
Famous Wings for that foul
Okay,
ball
well-
tonight.
Very
Oh,
cool.
here.
Being very alert.
Nice. We'll see if he gives the ball to a younger fan. That happens sometimes, I know. Coffey's still ahead in the count, behind in the count. 1-2. Runner
No,
on
it's a-
first, 2 down. The pitch way outside, draws Gasper out from behind the plate, spins around to see if he can scare Reese Hampton. But the center fielder just scurries back to the base. Wasn't taking much of a lead anyway. Now he takes a 3-step lead off. Held on by Infante, first baseman. The 2-2 runner goes. It's tipped off the mask of Gasper, and Reese Hampton will have to retreat back as Stever is really getting worked out by Micah Coffey.
No, he is. And Coffey puts up some great battles, and he's been doing it all season. That's why he's in that All-Star game. One of the many reasons why. Keep him working. You can get another hit.
The seasoned veteran, only senior in the lineup today for the Harbor Hawks. Stepping back into the left-handed batter's box against the right-hander Stever. Another Big Ten matchup. Stever out of Indiana. Coffey out of Minnesota. The pitch in on the hands and sent out into right center field through for a base hit. Reese Hampton speeds around second base. He slides headfirst into third, advancing from first to third on the single from Micah Coffey with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A nice piece of hitting with 2 strikes.
The designated
Well,
hitter
there
for
you go.
Florida
You
and
won the
Atlantic,
battle.
number 14, Tyler Frank.
That's what happens. You stay in there and you choke up a little bit on the bat. Nice piece of hitting. Looked like he got in on the hands a little bit, but still, very good.
And Micah Coffey comes out victorious in yet another Big Ten matchup and brings up Tyler Frank out of Florida Atlantic University. The sophomore steps in, fresh off a stint with Team USA himself. Runners on the corners, Hyannis on top 1-0 with 2 down in the 6th, and the opportunity to put on some more at McKeon Park. The pitch, swing and a miss over the outside corner, change up from Stever, and the count is 0-1, righty on righty. Infielders shaded up the middle. Infante still holding on the runner at first. It's Coffey. Moved the runner Hampton over to third base on that single. And now Stever to the set. The pitch. Low and inside. Missed with a breaking ball. Count 1-1. Another Big Ten guy in the on-deck circle in Robert Newstrom. Trying to make one last impact hit for the Harbor Hawks as he packs up his things and leaves after Scout Day tomorrow, the 1-1. It's a called strike over the outside corner. 1-2 count on Frank. A tale of coming and going as Newstrom leaves tomorrow and Frank just got here. Runners on the corners regardless. Lights starting to come on here at McKeon Park. It's been a sunny day for the most part. Good fan turnout as well. Now Stever to the set. The pitch. Bouncer in the dirt gets into the left-handed batter's box, and Micah Coffey takes off from first and gets to second base. Mickey Gasper not making the throw down. So now there's 2 runners in scoring position. Second and third, 2 down, 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Hyannis on top 1-0, trying to put a little bit more distance between them and their Eastern Division foe. And now Gasper calls time and comes out for a word with Stever. Chris, what do you think we can expect from Stever here as he's really just been at a loss to get that final out?
I don't know, it's been 2 battles in a row from Frank and Coffey, so I would keep pounding the fastball right now. The breaking stuff hasn't been that great.
The 2-2. It's something breaking, and Tyler Frank barely fouls it off. Yeah, nice slider, well placed, and Frank staying alive with a nice piece of hitting.
I would come back with a fastball high inside. Try to get him in the right way with an off speed. Now go fast up and in. Sounds good.
High stakes for the Whitecaps right now, down 1-0 at McKeon Park. 2-2 count, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch hit high in the air, out towards left center field. This one is chasing Bishop and Hill together. Bishop slides. Did he make the catch? Still no ruling from the umpires, and they say he did. What a catch from Bishop to end the scoring threat here in the bottom of the 6th inning, sending Tyler Frank down on the F8. That almost surely was an RBI hit. However, Hyannis still on top 1-0 as now we head to the top of the 7th inning where Chandler Taylor, Nick Dunn, and Marty Gossas are due up the 4, 5, and 6 part of the Whitecaps order when we return on the
All right,
Hyannis
fans,
Harbor Hawks
it's 7th
Digital
inning
Network.
stretch time here at the ballpark, and Ozzy is on his way out
What's
with
up?
the t-shirts for tonight's t-shirt
Let's
toss.
go get a hot dog.
Oh, hot dog time?
Yes.
This
You
is,
good?
of course, just a drill.
Hey?
You look frustrated about something.
Oh, no.
Okay, right.
I was just like,
Yeah.
and then I was signaling that they called it an out.
Okay.
I was signaling they called. Will you wait a minute? I was signaling they called it out.
Who made the call? I was looking at the umpire over the middle.
The other guy.
Freaking
The
Viveros?
yeah, whoever was closest to
Third?
it made a call. Also, I think the lights came on like an hour ago.
Well, they've kind of been like slowly coming on. They're not on yet. No. The other guy is out of
Now
FAU.
pitching for the Harbor Hawks. Here's New Mexico, number 33.
The guy from
Christian
FAU is
Swift.
not on our score sheet yet.
Played yet?
No, he hasn't played yet.
This is Ball's first.
Yeah. And here's Christian Swift.
Where's Ball from?
Vaughn is from Belmont.
Belmont.
All right. Welcome back on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network. I'm Chris Lucy. My broadcast partner Chris Walker has stepped out, and Christian Tripp steps in for Hyannis. He comes in relief of Ryan Weiss, who only worked one inning, just as he did in the All-Star game the night before. Got a strikeout and 2 groundouts, and now brings Christian Tripp into this game against Chandler Taylor, Nick Dunn, and Marty Costas. The runner-up in the College World Series Home Run Derby comes to the plate now. 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a fly out to left field. Left-handed batter out of Alabama. And now the righty out of New Mexico comes to the set. The pitch. Strike over the outside corner. Nice little fastball. And the count is 0-1. Christian Tripp, 1-0, 3.38 ERA, an all-star himself this year for Hyannis. The 0-1. In on the hand, sent high in the air down the third base line. Micah Coffey running out into foul territory. The third baseman, however, watches that one fall into the seats. And the count's now 0-2. Tripp a pitch away from recording a strikeout. Has 21 on the season. And a reliable option for the Harbor Hawks out of the pen this year. Righty-lefty, the 0-2. Another one fouled off down the third base line. Chandler Taylor staying alive.
Mariners fans, thanks to our friends at DJ's.
So Hyannis leads 1-0 here at McKeon Park. Tonight. Harbor Hawks have struggled at home this year, only winning 4 games. And with this being one of only 5 left, it's impossible for Hyannis to salvage a winning record at the MAC. The 0-2. In the dirt in the right-handed batter's box. 1-2 count now. And Hyannis with a 4-13 record at home coming into this game gives them some cause for concern as they only lead 1-0 in the late innings. It's the 7th. Top half, that is. And now the 1-2. Called strike 3 over the inner half of the plate. Chandler Taylor going down looking for strikeout number 31 of the King season for him. And there's one away in the top of the 7th with Nick Dunn stepping up to the plate. Today's second baseman out of Maryland is also 1 for 2 with an F8 and a single, but he was caught stealing to end the 4th inning. Righty on the mound, lefty at the plate. The pitch just misses over the outer half. Fastball. Count 1-0. Dunn playing his college ball in the Big Ten at the University of Maryland. The 1-0. Hit on the ground on the right side, past the outstretched glove of Ryan Olenek. Tripp coming over to cover, and the throw from the second baseman Stovall gets away from Tripp as he comes over to first base to try and cover for Olenek. And that will likely be a single for Nick Dunn, as that was a hard hit ball.
The designated hitter from Maryland.
However,
42, Marty
they call that an E4 on Stovall. Official score. Making the moves. Oh, they call it a hit. Apparently there was just an error on the scoreboard there. We'll see to it that gets corrected. Now here's Marty Costas with a runner on first base. Ready at the plate. Also from Maryland, the pitch. Just a bit inside, and it gets Marty Costas on the hand. So Christian Tripp, after getting out number 1 here in the 7th, lets up a single and then hits the next batter to put a runner in scoring position. It's Nick Dunn. He was the man who got that single, and then his Terrapins teammate, Marty Costas, took one on the hand. He's all right, though, standing on first base. Chatting away with the first base coach, Will Delgado, just making sure he's okay. And with 1 out here in the 7th, Hunter Bishop steps up, also 1 for 2. And he has a great chance to cut into this Hyannis lead. If it's much of one at that, it's only 1-0 Harbor Hawks over the Whitecaps. And now he steps up into the left-handed batter's box. The righty Tripp to the set. The pitch. Inside for ball 1. Fastball missing, and Christian Tripp sticking with his guns. Pitched in the All-Star game last night and only needed 1 pitch to record the only out he needed. Came on with 2 outs. 1 out. Rip foul. That one well over the stands. The All-Star festivities were certainly memorable yesterday. Not too memorable for the West, unfortunately, as they fell ultimately in the game 5-3 to the East. But certainly a fun time had by everybody involved, the 1-1. Missing low and away, count 2-1. It was the home run derby yesterday. Griffin Conine, the noticeable absence, as his manager, Mike Roberts, figured he'd already had his fun with the home run derby. Mike Roberts, of course, the head man for the Kettleers, figured that Conine could sit out and he could give the nomination to Grayson Janista. 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's a fastball over the outside corner, and now Hunter Bishop, the right fielder out of Arizona State, has a 2-strike count. 2-2 to be exact. 1 down here in the 7th inning, but runners in scoring position and a 1-0 lead for Hyannis hanging in the balance. The 2-2. Just missing with the fastball over the outer half. My broadcast partner, Chris Walker, rejoins me in the booth. And Chris, it's a dangerous position for Tripp right now, as he's just loaded up the count already with runners on first and second and a 1-run lead just dangling.
He had a rough outing last time, and he's not in good shape here.
Comes to the set. Steps off the mound, looks back the runner at second, and you're right, Chris, that was in a 10-0 loss to the Waialea Red Sox. Only lasted 2/3 of an inning, gave up 5 earned runs. Tripp to the set, trying to bounce back. The pitch. Ball 4, low and inside. Christian Tripp loads the count and then promptly loads the bases after recording the first out of the inning, no less. And here's Julian Infante now. Today's first baseman out of Vanderbilt is 0 for 2, but comes up with the chance to get his first hit and possibly score the first run of the game for the Whitecaps, who trail 1-0 right now with 1 down in the top of the 7th, but are threatening.
Oh boy, this is tough. This is a tough spot right now. Tripp's got to regroup here. He was so good early on, all the way until his last out, and he needs to get a ground ball right now.
A grounder would probably end this inning as a double play ball. Knocks things out. Righty on righty. The pitch. Smoked out down the right field line. This one chases Brewster back to the wall. He makes the catch on the run. Tagging up and scoring is the runner on third base. That's Nick Dunn, and this game is tied at 1 run apiece as the throw comes into the infield and is cut off by Ford Proctor.
Well, Chris, this is the same way the game got tied last time. It was a sacrifice fly that tied the game.
The next batter, the third
Small
baseman,
balls.
Western
That's
Michigan,
really all it
number
takes
4,
in a game
Connor
like this.
Smith.
Boom. 1-0 through 7 innings almost. That's a tie ball.
And now Connor Smith steps up to the right-handed batter's box. 0 for 2 on the day. Runners in first and second. Man in front of him, Julian Infante, just drove in the first run of the game for Brewster. It's now 1-1 at McKeon Park. Pitch. Raking ball just over the heart of the plate. Caught the eye of Sam Finn and counts 0-1. Home plate umpire giving that call. Infield still at double play depth, looking for the force out. Tripp to the set, looks back the runner at second, the pitch. Fouled off just behind home and on the hands, and now Tripp is a strike away from ending an inning that already has surrendered the lead for Hyannis.
Well, all things considered, 1 run isn't a terrible outing for Tripp. He had the bases loaded with 1 out, so he'll consider himself lucky if that's all he lets up.
That's true, and he's against no slouch here. The Whitecaps coming in at 3rd place in the Eastern Division are in playoff contention. They're in safely to the playoffs right now if the season ends as it does. Hyannis, however, still searching for a playoff spot, and an 8-game winless streak that they're mired in right now certainly not making that search any easier.
Thought they were cruise to a win here. If you thought that, this is a tight ball game once again.
Runners on first and second, 2 down. It's tied at 1. The pitch. Strike 3 over the outer half of the plate. A fastball from Christian Tripp, who sticks to his guns and finally retires the side after loading the bases and surrendering the Hyannis lead. It's now 1-1 as we head into the bottom of the 7th. Tyler Frank, Rob Newstrom, and Ryan Olenek, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, due up for Hyannis, trying to get back the lead when we return on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network.
It's 1-1 and getting interesting here at McKeon Park.
It's Brewster, Olenek, Robinson.
Dang it. No.
It's going extra innings.
Oh. Again, I forgot.
I will go sit down and cry. I will literally cry. I will literally cry. And you know what? If it goes back to the end,
Oh, I am doing one.
Dude,
no,
Stever's back out there, man. He's eating innings right now.
If the game goes
Going
till
12
midnight,
innings. Going 12
if
innings.
it goes,
I'll mess with that.
yeah,
that's why I think
no, I have not.
Chris, you missed our softball.
I heard.
It was a great.
Was that when we were playing in Brewster?
Did Veritek lead the yard?
If I could have, I would have.
Did Veritek
And
hit
I
a
would
home
have
run?
smoked you all my bad shoulder.
There's none left.
Chris, shall we?
With two bad shoulders.
We're back on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network. Chris and Chris. He's Chris Walker. I'm Chris Lucy, and there's
Robert
Robert
off the
Brewster.
seventh inning for the Harbor Hawks.
He's
The
a
right
right
fielder
three,
from
due up
Iowa,
for the Harbor
number 30,
Hawks.
Robert Brewster.
Ryan Olenek and Daniel Robinson due up after him. And it's a Big Ten matchup as Jonathan Stever out of Indiana is still in the game after Ryan Avedano only went 2 2/3. We're at the bottom of the 7th right now. Righty on lefty, the pitch. Ball 1, missing low and away. Change up, crossing up Mickey Gasper, who couldn't even hold on to the ball. The catcher, an all-star, misses that one. Little bat boy comes out from behind the screen near the Harbor Hawks on deck circle, gathers the ball. 1-0. Misses low and inside, count 2-0. And I mentioned that because that's our friend Dagnan, and it is Bat Boy Appreciation Night out here at McKeon Park. 1-1 tie here. Hyannis just gave up the lead, and the 2-0. In on the hands and golfed high down the left field line. This one's going into foul territory. Hill ranges into the Hyannis Harbor Hawks dugout. Bullpen. My apologies. The left fielder making the catch. And now there's one away here in the bottom of the 7th.
The next batter for Hyannis, the first baseman for the University of Mississippi, number 15, Ryan Olenek.
Which is uncharacteristic of him.
It's true. Trying to write his farewell for the Harbor Hawks as he's in his last game with Hyannis. Now here's Ryan Olenek. The pitch. Hit the other way and into right center field for a base hit. Ryan Olenek with a piece of 1-out hitting. Gets the first hit of the inning for the Harbor Hawks. Bottom of the 7th. We're knotted at 1 after Hyannis gave up the lead in the top half of the inning. And
The next batter
here
for
comes
Hyannis, the
Daniel
left fielder from
Robinson,
Central
also in
Michigan,
search
number
of his
18,
first hit
Daniel
of the day.
Robinson.
He's 0 for 2.
Ryan's been hitting so much better as of late. He's 1 for 2 today. He's right up around 290 again. And came in hitting 282, which is to be expected from a guy like Ryan.
A steady presence with the bat. Daniel Robinson at the plate. And the righty deals the lefty strike 1 over the inside corner. Lights are on here at McKeon Park. Sun has yet to depart. Only 7:55. Got about 20 more minutes or so with it. The 0-1. Low and away. Count 1-1 on the missed fastball from Stever. Infield looking for the double play. Everybody just shaded a little bit back towards the middle. First baseman Infante holds on Ryan Olenek, who reached with a single. The pitch. Bouncer in the dirt, almost gets away from the catcher Gasper, who is able to keep it in front of him and charges out in front of home plate, trying to keep Olenek honest at first.
You won't see him let a ball go by him very often.
Very proactive guy behind the plate is Gasper. Stever to the set. The 2-1. Misses outside. Count 3-1 on the changeup. A little bit chilly out here at McKeon Park.
breeze kind of switching up on us every once in a while, but for the most part blowing in from right field. You can see it fluttering the flag out in right center field. Snap throw over to first. Ryan Olenek is on there. Got there with a 1-out single. Scuttles back in. Jonathan Stever on the mound. Righty out of Indiana. Facing off against the lefty from Central Michigan, Daniel Robinson. The 3-1. Tipped foul just behind home plate. Count 3-2. That one getting off the net.
That would have been right in the palm of my hand.
That's true, and you're still looking for that souvenir, I know.
I know, I only have 9 games left after tonight.
We're waiting. The baseball gods aren't listening. 3-2, runner goes. And Robinson serves it foul down the third base line over towards the stands, and the count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's 1-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 down. Hyannis trying to regain the lead after they gave it up in the top half of the inning and break an 8-game winless streak while they're at it. 7 losses and a tie in that streak, mind you. Payoff pitch. Runner goes again, and Robinson fouls one off again. A changeup, not quite timed up, and Robinson is still alive. Ryan Olenek getting a nice little workout on the base paths. He's had to take off sprinting on about 3 or so consecutive pitches. Stever getting a workout as well. Righty from Indiana to the set. The pitch, runner goes, and it is ball 4. Ryan Olenek finally will have the opportunity just to relax, and we'll get to do it on second base, no less, as Daniel Robinson works a 1-out walk and advances the first baseman from Ole Miss into scoring position and brings up Ford Proctor. Mound visit right now, out of the dugout again coming the pitching coach, Austin Stroud. Got 2 guys warming up in the Whitecaps bullpen. We'll see if this is it for Stever. He's been in a while, Chris. He got his start in the 3rd inning and has lasted all the way here to the bottom of the 7th.
Well, there's 2 righties warming up for Brewster in the bullpen, so I would imagine Stiver's almost done. He has given this team a great outing.
Well, it looks like Robinson is done either way. The outfielder for the Harbor Hawks getting a pinch runner in for him. That's Cesar Trejo. Jumping out of the dugout, and now
Good
Robinson
running at
is
first
done.
base for the Harbor Hawks. From UNC Greensboro, number 6, Cesar Trejo.
So Stroud is coming off now, possibly just trying to buy some time for his guys warming up in the bullpen. And Stever will face Ford Proctor. Ford is 6 for his last 22. Not a bad clip. Made the All-Star team last year, but wasn't involved in the game last night. Has a chance to claim the lead back for Hyannis. The pitch. Called strike over the outer half. Fastball, and the count's 0-1 on the junior from Rice, who steps up with runners on first and second. It's a 1-1 tie in the bottom of the 7th, only 1 down. Hyannis trying to reclaim the lead. And the pitch misses inside. 1-1 count. Harbor Hawks also looking for a playoff spot there in the 5th spot in the West, and only the top 4 advance to the postseason. The 1-1. Iron outside, count 2-1. Clock is ticking on Hyannis. It's game 35, and Harbor Hawks need 7 points to tie 4th place Wareham at 33 points. The 2-1. High and outside, count 3-1.
Well. 1 pitch away from loading the bases with 1 out like the Harbor Hawks did last inning. This could get interesting.
If Brewster was able to get the lead back on a bases loaded situation, who's to say the Harbor Hawks can't? 3-1. Golfed high in the air behind home plate. Nicky Gasper takes off his catcher's mask. It's over in foul territory down the 3rd base line, and the 3rd baseman Smith ranges over just in front of the Harbor Hawks dugout to record out number 2 and avoid a bases loaded situation.
Now batting for the Harbor Hawks. The catcher from Rice University, number 9, Dominic DiCaprio.
It's a tough play right near the dugout, and none of the coaches are going to move for you. You got to work for it yourself. Nice play.
very nice and came in a big spot for the Whitecaps as they try to solidify their playoff standing over in the Eastern Division. They're in 3rd place and they trail first by 14 points, although Orleans and YD definitely make a very tough pair to beat, as now it looks like Jamie Shevchik has come out of the dugout for the Whitecaps. That's the manager, and in comes a new pitcher for Brewster. We'll come back with more numbers on that and the rest of the 7th inning when we return on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network. Do not go anywhere. It's 1-1 and getting good from McKeon Park.
Who sings this song? You know the name of the song? You definitely have heard the song.
I know the My Chemical Romance version.
Under Pressure?
Yeah.
They had a great cover of this song.
She's a big fan.
They're good. Oh yeah, they're really talented guys.
Queen.
Here's in Washington.
Melissa, were you a big Linkin Park fan too? Oh well.
I know he killed himself though.
Yeah, it was really
But
sad.
he killed himself because of his name.
His name. Oh my
Oh God, I know that name runs in
I
your
told
family.
him about the Chester thing.
Yeah.
I hate it. I want to kill everyone in my family. Except for the kid. I'll change it. Like, even if they hate
I know. What is his whole name?
it. Caesar.
Chester Steven.
They're thinking about LC.
Ew.
That's it.
I got water.
It's Joe Demers. Yo, Chris, I'm gonna come back with the new pitcher. Can I get the final line for you?
Yeah, he came in with 2 2/3, right?
Something like that, yeah. We're back on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network.
Pinch hitting for the Harbor Hawks.
We have a pinch hitter and a new pitcher. First, the new pitcher, Joe Demers, stepping in for the Whitecaps. 1.84 ERA on the season, 14 2/3 innings pitched, and 15 strikeouts. Don DiCaprio was supposed to come up here in the 9th spot, but he's been pinch hit for by Chris Proctor, the Harbor Hawks catcher. And Chris has been outstanding this year, batting .286 going into his junior year at Duke University. 49 at-bats on the season, 14 hits. And here's the pitch. Hit the other way, out towards left field line, is chasing Hill to the wall, getting down, and that one goes to the wall. Lionel Winnett comes in to score. Rounding third base and coming in is Trejo. He scores, and an RBI single, a double for Chris Proctor. Plays 2 runs for the Harbor Hawks and puts Hyannis back on top 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Andy Johnson's happy back there behind us. Just gave me a big old high five.
Here he is.
Chris Proctor. What a move by Chad Gassman to bring in Proctor. Pushing all the right buttons here.
Now betting for the Harbor
Proctor
Hawks.
is so happy. I'm so happy for Proctor. Gets a pinch hit appearance,
Yeah.
unties this game. So now they're saying that only 1 run's gonna score. And Chad Gassman and Ron Polk are out because they don't like this.
What is it? Only get 1?
They know 2 should score.
It doesn't make sense that 2 wouldn't score. I don't really understand why. They've sent Cesar Trejo back to third base. Coach Gassman is still out there. Coach Polk also joining him.
Now they want the other. All the umpires are getting together. Well, I don't get it because the bases were loaded and it's a double. So 2 runs should score.
Exactly.
Second and third. Okay, I thought never mind. They weren't loaded. I just got corrected. Thank you guys, Dylan and Joe. But either way, he was on his way home before the ball went out of play. So it should be 3-1.
I didn't see the ball go out of play.
Oh, see, the left fielder put his arms up like it went out of play. So they thought it should have been a ground rule double. That's what the umpire said. But Gassman and the rest of us think it didn't go out of play.
Well, I'm assuming if they're thinking a ground rule double would only score 1 run, they just say that Cesar Trejo would only advance 1 base naturally, and it looks like they're going to keep it that way. So on the ground ruled double, Chris Proctor only drives in 1 run for the Harbor Hawks. The umpire is correcting us out here. The scoreboard has changed. It's only a 1-run lead for the Harbor Hawks here in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 down. And now here's the leadoff hitter, Reese Hampton, the switch hitter against the righty. The pitch just misses hitting Reese, who stands in the left-handed batter's box. And the count is 1-0.
That must feel so good for Proctor. Didn't think he'd get to play today, but Coach Gassman knew Proctor's the better hitter, simply put.
First ball he saw was smoked down the left field line, the 1-0. Just misses. And the count is 2-0 on the changeup that landed in the dirt just at Reese Hampton's feet. 2-0 count on the junior from Charlotte. Demers to the set. Pitch. That one also hit towards the left field line. However, it chases Hill over, and the left fielder makes an easy running catch for out number 3, but not before Hyannis could strike back in the bottom of the 7th inning. Chris Proctor, with a pinch hitting appearance in front of a new pitcher, no less, hits the first pitch he sees out down the left field line, and puts Hyannis on top 2-1 as we now head into the top of the 8th inning. Top of the order due up as well for the Whitecaps in Hill, Graffinino, and Gasper. 1, 2, and 3 when we get back. Stick around.
Go out of play with the right call.
Yeah.
Regardless of, even if he had come around through so fast he could already scored if it was a play, it's still.
I don't think it
It
was.
is. I don't think so. That's the thing. If you went out of play, it's the right call.
How's it going to go?
That's what I'm saying. I really don't know. But maybe they did the same thing we did.
Oh, I think that's what they did, because that ball, the other game was all one.
Alright. I'm giving you 22 minutes.
22 minutes for what? This game
I'm
will
tell-
not be
I'm-
over in 22
I'm
minutes.
talking to the team, I'm not talking to you. I'm giving them 22 minutes.
It will not be
I'm
over.
giving them 22 minutes.
In the band. You should have known that.
Yeah, this is one you gotta know.
Now playing in left field for the Harbor Hawks. The UNC Greensboro, Cesar Trejo.
So Caesar's in left.
Number 17, Chris Proctor.
You should know that.
We're back in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to McKeon Park for game number 35 of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks season. And it's been quite a game so far. Hyannis on top 2-1 as we head into the top of the 8th inning. Christian Tripp out for his 2nd inning of work. The All-Star facing off against the top of the order in Darius Hill, AJ Graffinino, and Nicky Gasper for the Brewster Whitecaps.
Well, he had a rough outing, rough inning last inning, and hopefully he can hold on to this lead for Hyannis.
He gave it up in the previous inning on just 1 hit and bases loaded situation, but now the righty squares up a lefty in Hill. Pitch. Ball 1 in the dirt to the outfielder out of West Virginia.
So Proctor is back behind the plate. Pinch hit.
And what a hit it was. First pitch he saw was roped for 1-0. High heat, swing and a miss. 1-1 count on Hill, and Chris Proctor came in to pinch hit for Don DiCaprio with runners on 2nd and 3rd in the bottom of the 7th, and ripped a double down the line that scored the go-ahead run. 1-1. Grounded right back to Christian Tripp, who underhands after fielding the ball over to first base, and now there's 1 away here in the top of the 8th inning.
The next batter,
That's a
shortstop from
much
the
better
University of
start.
Washington, number 6,
Tripp.
AJ Graffinino.
He's got to make sure he doesn't let anything get out of hand here. Maybe just something with his mindset after giving up that big inning, which was the reason why he struggled last inning, but hopefully getting some confidence back here.
And now he comes up against a former draft pick, A.J. Graffinino. Righty on lefty. Here's the pitch. It's bunted down the third base line, and it's a beauty. Micah Coffey, the third baseman, way in on the grass, fields and fires across the diamond to get out number 2. A dazzling play from the senior out of Minnesota. Records the second out of the 8th inning.
Tripp is on his way right now, and there are, again, a lefty and a righty.
That's better for the Whitecaps. The catcher from Bryant University,
That's a
number 9,
great
Mickey
sign.
Gaspar.
Tripp can get through this, and the Harbor Hawks and maybe tack on the bottom.
That would be huge. And Tripp not only on his way, but Hyannis on their way to breaking an 8-game winless streak as they have a 2-1 lead over the Brewster Whitecaps. And now here's Mickey Gasper, who squares around for a bunt and takes high and tight from the left-handed batter's box from the righty Tripp. The switch hitter picking that box and counts 1-0.
Wow, what a close pitch.
1-0 from Tripp. Swing, and the bat flies from Gasper's hands and lands in a net just beyond the first base line. My goodness.
Who lost the bat last game?
It wasn't Gasper, but that is a good point. Somebody...
Brewster lost their bat.
Exactly, yeah. The last game the Harbor Hawks played was an 8-8 tie down at Stony Brook Field in Brewster, and somebody got a little too swing happy and let one fly out of their hands as now Mickey Gasper gets his bat back and throws a little bit of extra pine tar on it. The senior out of Bryant just trying to get the right mix on there. Hasn't really been able to find his swing yet today as he's 0 for 3.
You gotta be careful. Sometimes it gets in your head that you threw the bat and then you'll do it again. And he put a lot of pine tar on that bat. I hope it doesn't fly out this time.
Brett Gardner was someone who used to be known for that,
Yes.
as it did get in his head. The former Yankees outfielder used to just let the bat fly out of his hand on his swing sometime, but 1-1 count on Gasper. Tripp to the set. Righty kicks and deals. Strike 2 over the inner half. A nice fastball from Tripp puts him a strike away from sending the Harbor Hawks to the bottom of the 8th inning with a 2-1 lead over the visiting Brewster Whitecaps out of the Eastern Division. The Western Division All-Star comes to the set. The pitch hit the other way down the left field line and foul. That one makes the stands, and as the lights, as the sunlight begins to dim out here at McKeon Park,
the baseballs
Gasper
game.
looks down a 1-2 count. Infield at normal depth, outfield likewise. Wind blowing in here at the MAC. Trip to the set. The 1-2. High heat swing and a miss struck him out. Mickey Gasper goes down by the way of the K for the second time of the game. Chalk him up for 0 for 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning.
All right, fans, get out your tickets because we
We'll be
have
right
the winning
back
numbers in tonight's
The rest of this
50-50
game
raffle.
on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network.
First
Hyannis
prize
on
tonight
top,
will be
1,
Highline
2,
Cape Cod
2-1.
Canal Cruise tickets for 2, and the winning number is
Gardner's still on the
398.
Yankees.
What? Yeah, I said he used to let the
3441.
bat fly out of his hand.
Yeah, you said the
398
former outfielder.
3441.
I didn't say the
Yes,
former
you
outfielder.
said.
Next prize is Highline Harbor Cruise tickets for 2, and it goes to 398
Whatever, people know that.
3261. 398
It is to me,
3261.
but I
2 free Sundays at Friendly's. Go to
I don't know.
198-3915.
Not mess it up. I always just mess that stuff up.
198-3915.
trying to get
Don't
better.
get
2 other free Sundays at Friendly's. Go to 398-3717.
Yeah, I know. Something I gotta work on.
398-3717.
We're out here to work, right?
Steamship Authority ferry tickets. Go to 198-3951. 198-3951.
Chris,
Complete
was
whale watch tickets for 2.
was
Go to
Reese Hampton the last out of the previous
334,
inning? I forgot to write it down.
334-335.
Yes, F7.
Fresh Catch gift card goes to 198-3498. 198-3498.
Coach, I won't play.
Bradford's Ace Hardware goes to 398-3934. 398-3934.
What?
Lighthouse Boat Tour, new prize tonight, goes to 398-3572. 398-3572. And our cash grand prize tonight of $171 goes to number 598-3994. Again, 598-3994. If you're holding ticket number
We're back, Chris.
598-3994, please bring it to the 50-50 table at the top of the hill to claim your prize.
We're back on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network. I'm Chris
Leading
Lucy.
off
My
the
broadcast
18th,
partner
the
Chris
Harbor
Walker
Hawks.
just put
Second
on
base for
a
Mississippi
first
State,
base coach's
number 2,
helmet and a
Hunter
pair of pink
Stovall.
sunglasses.
Sure
So
did.
interesting look right there. Hunter Stovall, make a copy. And the Harbor Hawks due up here in this inning. And the pitch is a strike over the outer half. Joe Demers still in this game. Tyler Frank, the last man due up in this inning. And the 0-1. Called strike. Righty on righty. Hunter Stovall at the plate. 1 for 3 in this game. Singled in his first ups. Hasn't reached base since. Hyannis on top, 2-1. The 0-2 count. High in sight. And now the count's 1-2. Hunter out of Mississippi State. The 1-2. Called strike 3 over the outside corner. Hunter Stovall not looking happy at that call, and he goes down looking for out number 1 in the bottom of the 8th.
Micah Coffee.
You know, Stovall's been striking out looking more lately, but he's also been hitting more, so that's good, but that's his second of the game. A lot of the calls he's been rung up on are very questionable.
Very questionable indeed. And now here comes Mike Coffey. Check swings one, and the lefty grounds it down the first base line. Infante comes out the first and throws over to a covering Demers. The pitcher records out number 3 on the cover, and now Tyler Frank steps up to play the designated hitter.
Tyler Frank.
There's 2 away. Did I say 1?
You said 3.
I said 3. Of course I did. Thank you, everybody, for keeping an eye
But
on me.
it's okay, because everybody knows it's only 2 because they're still on the field.
That's true. That's true. Hyannis still with a 2-1 lead. Tyler Frank stepping up. Had himself a trio of hits against the Whitecaps in his most recent game. The pitch. Check swing, called strike over the outside corner. Tyler Frank didn't go around. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Does have an RBI though. Drove in 1 of 2 runs for the Harbor Hawks today. Trying to break an 8-game winless streak here at McKeon Park. The 0-1. Called strike again over the outside corner. 0-2 count. 2 down. Nobody on. And Hyannis still with that 2-1 lead. Needing a win desperately right now, as while Hyannis rides an 8-game winless streak in here, Brewster rides a 6-game winless streak as well. These two teams have been just struggling to put it all together. The 0-2 is grounded over to short base. Graffinino gobbles it up, throws across the diamond, and records out number 3, sending the Brewster Whitecaps up for the top of the 9th and their last ups. Can the Hyannis Harbor Hawks finally end this 8-game winless streak? We'll find out in the top of the 9th when Chandler Taylor, Nick Dunn, and Marty Costas, the 4, 5, and 6 part of the order, have their final say in this game on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Digital Network. Don't go anywhere. It's getting good at McKeon Park.
You're so smart. Such an astute comment. What happened?
You got tricked back.
Chris,
What's up?
what happened?
I said there was 3 outs when there was 2.
Oh.
So what?
How many times today did I say Larry Bird? Oh, it's your boyfriend. It's your boyfriend back out for the 9th, baby. Quick.
Okay, yeah, Marty.
Why do you one?
No, that's not
Your phone is your fucking my phone. Where was it?
No, Chris, let's come back.
So funny. Oh, okay.
Top of the 9th here from McKeon Park. Hyannis 3 outs away from breaking an 8-game winless streak on top. 2-1 over the Brewster Whitecaps. Chandler Taylor, Nick Dunn, and Marty Costas do up the 4, 5, and 6 sluggers of the Whitecaps lineup. Christian Tripp on to close the door for Hyannis. The righty and all-star. Coming up Taylor. The pitch. It's hit the other way, right back at the shortstop for Proctor, who gloves it backhand on the fly to retire the
That's better. The
left-hand
second
hitting
baseman
Taylor
from
for
Maryland,
out number
number
1 in the
39
top
hit.
of the 9th
Done.
inning. Brings up Nick Dunn, second baseman from Maryland. 2 hits on the day, is 2 for 3. Steps up into the left-handed batter's box as well. Infield at normal depth. Outfield playing straight away. Hyannis on top, 2-1. The all-star trip to the set. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Ripper of a fastball over the outside corner. Brings the count to 0-1. The righty from New Mexico trying to break a tormented streak for the Harbor Hawks. They haven't won in 8 games. Pitch. Just misses low and inside. Count 1-1. Trip to the set again. Here's the pitch. Ball over the outer half of the plate, just a little bit low. 2-1 count from the righty from New Mexico. Hyannis in charge, 2-1 from McKeon Park. Trip to the set, the 2-1. Club foul,
High in the air down the left field line. 2-2 count. Coach Chad Gassman, just leaving no stone unturned, has 2 pitchers warming in the Hyannis Harbor Hawks bullpen, trying to make sure this thing stays in order. Nick Dunn and Christian Tripp doing battle. 1 away here at McKeon Park, top of the 9th inning. Pitch. Roped the other way, foul. That one almost hitting Ryan Smythe, but the Whitecaps third base coach dancing out of the way.
You know, Smythe getting hurt. You like him back in Danbury.
Certainly do.
Coach.
Beloved former coach of your beloved Danbury Westerners. And now the 2-2. Trip to the set. The pitch. Struck him out swinging. Changeup from Weiss. Gets the strikeout. And now there are 2 away in the top of the 9th. And Hyannis is an out away from recording a win. And now here comes the manager, Chad Gassman.
I don't know. Do you want to mess with it? I mean, Tripp's been so good.
Well, it looks like Coach Gassman is pulling the plug on Christian Tripp and bringing in a new pitcher. We'll have more on that when we get back on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks digital network. But the Hawks are 1 out away from securing a win here at McKeon Park. You won't want to miss it. The conclusion of the top of the 9th coming to you when we get back.
Now pitching for the Harbor Hawks from Southern Mississippi, number 8, it's Sam Wood.